Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from Mac Attack XRP. Pundit says Bitcoin Maxis are the marketing engine for XRP, from mockery to mainstream. What he's saying is that the more they FUD on XRP, the more XRP is brought to the mainstream. More people are talking about it. And you know, most of what they say about XRP, they've been saying for so long that it's just noise now. They always point at the price of Bitcoin. They always say that XRP holders are always going to stay poor. Wait until after this cycle, because I think in this cycle, XRP is going to mint a lot of millionaires. Even some billionaires are going to come out of this run. But even beyond that, the more they FUD on XRP, the more people talk about it. And newer investors entering this space, they're starting to do their own research as well. They're starting to ask questions as well. And all the FUD can be debunked, because most of the FUD has been debunked multiple times. And all they have is price. That's all they ever point at. But soon, XRP will take the #1 spot. This comes from Fidelity Digital Assets, and it looks like they're Bitcoin only. Altcoins can offer innovation and variety, but Bitcoin stands apart as a decentralized, secure, and enduring digital asset. And they give all the reasons why Bitcoin is always going to be better than altcoins. But you know, when it comes to innovation, everything has a shelf life. You know, look at what happened to the cable company and the satellite companies with the rise of streaming. Look at what happened with Blockbuster in the past. Because technology is not slowing down. It's advancing and moving forward. And Bitcoin is going to be stuck in the past forever. And I don't even see it as a good store of value. Not when it plummets down every time an event happens in the real world. That is not a good store of value to me. And then you have the people that are denying that the flippening could ever happen. Take a listen to this. They call the flippening the F word.
My case for, I don't like saying the F word anymore, so I'm not going to say it. But my case for like Ether taking the #1 spot, if you're going to make that argument, you would likely invoke these things. These like, well, the Bitcoin security budget runs out, the Ethereum, the quantum computing comes and makes Bitcoin unsafe, and then therefore naturally, you know, ETH, which its investments into the long-term future, will take the #1 spot. How would that ever show up in your charts, or would that just be like this idiosyncratic move that's just completely unpredictable?
Yeah, I don't think that would be a very predictable move. Like, so if that were to ever happen, which I don't think, I mean, honestly, I don't think it will. But if it were to ever happen, I would probably be on the wrong side of that. Like, I'd probably be on the, like, constantly saying it's not going to until my face gets
it's being off. The F word?
Right, the flippening, right? Yeah, like I don't think I would ever say that's going to happen. I don't think that it will happen. You know, I know the sort of all the quantum computing risks and stuff, and you know, I remember people talking about that back in like 2017, and you know that's one of those things where it's like this constant fear.
It's a boogeyman that's on the horizon.
Right,
it's never actually here.
Right. And imagine if in 2017, you know, someone said, you know, watch out for quantum computing. And then imagine if you just were out of the crypto markets for the last 8 years, right? Like that wouldn't
totally.
Like, yeah, like it might happen in the future, but there's certain things that you just can't worry about. And if you do spend all your time worrying about it, you'll never invest, right? Like you'll never invest.
So you see how they're afraid of quantum computing. They also don't believe that Ethereum could ever flip Bitcoin. But the one thing that they're missing is XRP. Cobb says, never forget, XRP total market cap flipped Bitcoin on January 4th, 2018. They made sure to artificially suppress it. Majority of crypto investors don't even know this is a real event that occurred. So CoinMarketCap's decision to exclude Korean prices from the displayed XRP price made the price appear to drop, likely triggering some panic selling. And that's what they did. They cut out the Korean market. This time around, I don't think they're going to be able to pull this off again if XRP flips Bitcoin's market cap. Because now you're going to have institutional money here. You're going to have the ETFs all live when it happens. And massive amounts of money are going to pour in to this cryptocurrency. But they had to do that back then to keep the Bitcoin hype alive. This time, they're going to fail. And the fear is real. The Bitcoin Maxis know this can already happen. Strategy Chairman Michael Saylor claims on Fox Business, Bitcoin is a long-term asset. You want to hold it for 21 years. Take a listen.
So Bitcoin's a long-term asset. You want to hold it for 21 years. It's been returning about 50% plus a year.
So imagine that. You're going to buy this and hold it for 21 years. This is the same thing that they want the U.S. government to do. They want to have the government buy up all this Bitcoin, hold it for 20 years, and then hopefully pay off half the debt. The debt is going to become tokenized. They're already working on it right now. Nobody's going to hold on to Bitcoin for 21 years. It's just not going to happen. The OGs are selling off already. The OG Bitcoin holders are already exiting. Nobody wants to hold something that does nothing. At least when you hold XRP, you could actually watch it get integrated into a new financial system. You could watch it move money around the world in real time. You're going to be able to loan out your XRP and get passive income. You're going to be able to borrow against your XRP. You're going to be able to stake it and earn more XRP. And beyond that, you're going to be shopping with XRP as well. So why the hell would anyone ever want to hold on to something for 21 years? I don't get it. This comes from 24 Hours Crypto, and I thought this was a great post. Bitcoin Maxis are foaming at the mouth again. Must be that time of the month. It's crazy how they can't see this. Can't put this into any better wording. If you put $1,000 into Bitcoin today at 115K, $500,000 Bitcoin equals $4,347. Even at $1 million in Bitcoin, that $1,000 will equal $8,695. At a $3 million Bitcoin, you would make $26,000. If you put $1,000 into XRP today at $3.05, $100 XRP gives you $32,787. A $200 XRP gives you $65,574. One is a government Ponzi, hot potato. The other is real liquidity for a $100 trillion future. Choose wisely. And that's the way I look at it as well. The better return on investment is in XRP. And that's why the money is already shifting. People want to make money in this space. And here's the reality of what's going on right now. Record inflows. XRP saw $31.3 million in weekly inflows, outpacing Bitcoin. Institutional money is pouring in fast, and the demand is real. And that demand is going to continue to rise. It's not going to slow down. The big institutions have not even got here yet. They are still waiting on the sidelines. They're waiting on regulations. A lot of people still look at the crypto space as the wild, wild west. They want regulations in place before they bring their money in. Ripple report says big banks invested over $100 million in blockchain across 345 deals. And they're talking about between 2020 and 2024. Remember, nothing was happening then. The crackdown on crypto was going on. All the crashes were happening in 2022, and that's what people were looking at. Meanwhile, in the background, the biggest banks in the world were investing in this space. While you are distracted, a new financial system is building right now. While you're distracted, a new system is being laid, all the foundation is being put in place for an entirely new financial system. You are invested in that because you're invested in XRP. People are not going to see XRP until it already happens, till everything switches over. You're going to have new investors coming into this space buying pieces of one XRP in the future, because this is what really happened in the background. And they don't tell you that on the mainstream media news. They just keep up the Bitcoin narrative all day long. That's why they don't talk about XRP. They don't want you investing in anything else other than their Ponzi scheme. The disruption is already happening. UK former Chancellor George Osborne warns Britain is being left behind on crypto, urging Rachel Reeves to establish a crypto framework or risk becoming irrelevant in the digital asset revolution. Like I've been telling you, everybody has to fast track now. Otherwise, they're going to get left behind. That's why the timeline is no longer 2030. Everything is happening right now. The distraction's going on, and this is what's happening in the background. Nate Gerasi says, White House preparing executive order that would punish banks that discriminate against crypto companies. They should have done this years ago. So conservatives for years have accused banks of denying them services on political or religious grounds, and cryptocurrency companies have said they were shut out of banking services under the Biden administration. So now they're preparing to step up pressure against big banks over perceived discrimination against conservatives and crypto companies, with an executive order that threatens to fine lenders that drop customers for political reasons. This should have been done a long time ago. The good thing is they're working on it right now. No more bank discrimination. No more banks creating choke point 3.0 going forward. And like I said in a video yesterday, either the banks get on board with crypto, get on board with digital assets, or all of those banks are going to get left behind. Same way countries are going to get left behind if they don't embrace digital assets. The shift is already happening. But, you know, at the end of all of this, us as XRP investors, we get rich. We are headed towards the happy ending in this movie. And until it does happen, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.